Good morning, children. Can you tell me what are we going to study now? Yes, you are correct, children. Today we are going to study about Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint, which is adapted from Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. You can find it in the English textbook of Class 5 in Unit 3. And this presentation is prepared by Mrs. Surika David of KV1STC, Jabalpur. Children, let us see the learning outcomes of this lesson. When you will study this lesson, you will learn to read correctly and the correct pronunciation of the words too. You will be able to read and comprehend the lesson. Your vocabulary will be enriched. It will satisfy your curiosity and it will develop scientific temperament. Children, it will help in developing your writing skills too. Let us see this picture. Observe this beautiful picture carefully. These are two beautiful pictures. We can see many things in these two pictures, like a man who is savage or primitive. Do you know why I say this? Because he is wearing clothes made of leaves. He has a long beard and very long hairs as well. Second, he is holding a staff in his hand. And third thing which you can observe, that there is a boat. Fourth, a lot of trees are there. Actually, that land is surrounded by trees and water. Then you can see sand. And if you will carefully watch, children, you will find footprints too. And you know, this lesson is all about footprints. Let us see what is given over here. Children, this is a brief concept of the lesson. Let me tell you, Robinson Crusoe's ship had been destroyed by the sea. He had been alone for many years and longed for company. Children, nobody wants to stay alone, isn't it? So Robinson Crusoe was also finding himself aloof and alone on an island. What happened one day? He discovers a footprint on the sand. Let's find out what he did then. Children, let us read the lesson very carefully. First, I will read and later on you will. One day, when I was going towards my boat, I was surprised to see the footprint of a man on the sand. I stood amazed. I listened. I looked around me. I could neither hear nor see anything. I went up higher to look down. I went up the shore and down the shore. But it was no good. I could find no other footprint but that one. Children, let us continue reading. I went to it again to see if there were any more footprints and to tell if it had been my imagination. But I was not mistaken, for there was exactly the footprint of a foot. toes, heel, every part of a foot. I could not imagine how it came there. I stayed a long time thinking, but became more and more confused. At last, I returned home very frightened, looking behind me after every 2 or 3 steps, mistaking every bush and tree to be a man. When I came to my cave, I ran inside it as if I was being chased. I do not remember whether I used the ladder or went in by the hole in the rock which I called the door. I ran for cover faster than any animal could run. I did not sleep that night. The more I thought about what I had seen, the more afraid I became. I thought it could be one of the savages of the mainland who had wandered out to the sea in a small boat. Luckily, I was not on shore at that time. But what if I had seen my boat? If he had seen the boat, he would have realized that someone lived on the island and would soon return with others to kill and eat me. So he was very much afraid. And so I lay fearful for many days and prayed for protection. Protection means for his safety. In doing so, I was much comforted and began going out to investigate. Investigate means to find out. But even now I went forward. I looked behind me frequently because I was still very frightened. However, as I went about for 2 or 3 days and saw nothing, I became a little bolder. I decided to go down to the shore again and examine the footprint once more. I decided to measure it with my own footmark. As I came closer to the footprint, I realized that it could not be my footprint because I had not come to this part of the beach since a long time. So, children, secondly, he thought as I placed my foot alongside that footprint, it seemed larger than my own. Now my fear returned. I went home again, believing that there was someone there. The island was inhabited and he was not alone. Let us see few questions over here. Let us answer the questions, children. First question is, who was going near to the boat? And the answer is, Robinson Crusoe was going near to the boat. Why is he surprised? He was surprised to see the footprint of a man on the sand. Why did he go up? He went up higher to look down and find another footprint. See, children, the next question. What made Robinson Crusoe think that the print on the ground was a footprint? Answer. Robinson Crusoe thought so because it had every part of a foot, toes, heels, etc. It was just like a human footprint. Now see children what this slide says. Why was Robinson afraid when he looked at the bushes and trees? And the answer is Robinson was afraid when he looked at the bushes and trees because he was mistaking every bush and tree to be a man. The last question, why did Robinson pray when he saw the footprint? Why did he pray? I told you he prayed for his protection, for his safety. And the answer you are going to write this way. Robinson lay fearful for many days, so he prayed for his protection. Now children, let us come to this slide. And this slide is having many new words like savages. Savages means wild people in primitive. They are not modern people. They live in primitive state. They are not modern like us. Their costumes, way of life differ from us. So once again I'll tell you, savages are those people who live in primitive state. Second is mainland. Mainland means large continuous extent of land. It is not like an island which is surrounded by water from all sides. Wandered. Meaning of wandered is go from place to place without a definite route. And you know children, savages are wanderers. They move from one place to another in search of food and shelter. Second last word is bolder. Bolder means more confident. They are not shy or timid. I want each one of you to be bold. And the last word is inhabited. Inhabited means occupied or dwelled in. It is opposite of vacant. Come on, move on to the next slide. Next slide is of jumbled up words. They are all jumbled up, and when the words are jumbled up, they don't have meaning. So if you have to take out the meaning or make them more meaningful, you have to unjumble it. Like, first one is alone was not Robinson an island on. But when we will rearrange it in a meaningful manner, it will go like this. Robinson was not alone on an island. The second sentence is again jumbled up. Was island the inhabited? And when you will unjumble it, it will become was the island inhabited? Now, this is an interrogative statement. Therefore, you have to put a question mark over there. Third, footprint to someone this belong. This is also jumbled up. So you have to make a meaningful sentence. Then you have to write this way. This footprint belonged to someone. And the last jumbled up sentence is I around me looked. And you have to arrange it properly. And the answer will be I looked around me. So this is the slide which we have just completed, and look at here. What is given over here? Fill in the blanks with the correct word. Now these are few words which are also known as conjunction or joining words, and you have to fill it properly. 4 options are given over here, and we have to fill the correct option in each sentence. Like, I was frightened dash curious. According to me, the correct option for this sentence is but. So how you are going to write? I was frightened but curious. The second sentence is I decided to go to the beach dash I went along the water's edge. The correct option is so. So how we are going to write? We are going to write it this way. I decided to go to the beach, so I went along the water's edge. And the third sentence is I ran as fast as I could. Dash, I was frightened. And we have to write the correct option here. And the correct option is because. So we will write it again this way. I ran as fast as I could because I was frightened. And the fourth and the last sentence is this way. You are going to write, I was very tired, and you will fill the correct option and confused. So it will be like this. I was very tired and confused. So you have seen, children, how you have to fill the you have to fill the correct option to make the sentence meaningful. And here, children, let's create a pyramid. And how you are going to make a pyramid? By using the following clues given over here. The first one says a two-letter word beginning with B. I have made B-E-B. It begins with B. Now, children, you have to make your own word. Second, a three-letter word beginning with C. I wrote here C-A-T, cat. You will be making some other word. Next, a four-letter word beginning with D. I wrote D-O-O-R, door. You have to write your own word. Next is a five-letter word beginning with E. I have written E-A-G-L-E, eagle. You will make your own word. And the last is a six-letter word beginning with F. And I have written here fables, F-A-B-L-E-S. But remember, children, you have to write your own words. Come on. See here, children. What you have to do here? You have to write all the words ending with ed from this lesson only. For example, I have written frightened, comforted, realized, wondered, seemed, inhabited, and surprised. You have to write 2 times. Okay? And you have to search few more words from the lessons. This is not all, but few more words you have to search from the lesson. Next slide. Here comes home assignment. So what is your home assignment, children? See, how would you feel if you see unknown footprints outside your front door? Now, you have to develop a story based on the following points. Now, look, what are the following points I have given over here? You have to write a story on strange footprints. Okay? Now, first clue is, where did you find or see the footprints? Second, what sort of a day was it? Third, did you see them at night? Next, what happened when you followed the footprints? What did you see? What happened then? Your story should have answer of all these questions. Come on, move on to next slide. Now, this is also your activity sheet. In this activity sheet, what you have to do, I'll tell you. You have to pick one word from the lesson and add to the group of words which have similar meaning. I'll tell you one or two, but rest of the things you have to do. First is afraid, scared, feared, and panic. Now from the lesson you have to search another word which have the similar meaning. And the answer is frightened. Isn't it? Second word, footprint, track, and pug mark. You have to search it. Third is often, repeatedly, many times. Another word from the lesson, you have to write it here. Fourth is examine, search, study, and explore. Here I will give you the answer. According to me, the correct answer from the book is investigate. I told you earlier, children, investigate means to study, search properly or examine facts on the scientific basis. Next is beach, coast, sand. Sixth is break, damage, spoil. Seventh is brave, courageous, and daring. So this is the activity sheet given by me for you, and you have to search from the book and write the answer. This is one more very interesting work. I am giving you another interesting activity sheet, children, where you have to solve a puzzle and all the clues are given and you have to solve it according to the clues given over here. And the box is there, direction is also given like across and down, and different statements are also given like first one is wild, violent, primitive people, and you have to write the answer for that. Search from your book. A large fort like building, what it is called? You know, it is called a castle, and you have to fill it in this box. Third is the impression left by a foot. You know, it is footprint. And fifth is confident and happening many times. Then place with people living in. You have to find out the word and you have to fill it here. Then inquire to find out the truth. And this you have to write fill across, and this is downwards. Land along the sea to follow and catch. Land covered by water on all sides, and naturally it is an island. Observe or study carefully. Roam from place to place. It is roam from place to place. To notice something which was already there. And this is the slide of thank you. You have studied a lot with me, children, and complete your work. Write carefully in neat and proper cursive handwriting. And when we will meet again in the school, I'll be checking all your notes as well as home assignment. Thank you and have a nice day.